breakfast burritos don't have rice or fries. And they're still burritos. That's just egg, cheese, and sausage.
Get them sans potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you're using scrambled eggs instead of those there. So that's fair. That's specifically a breakfast burrito. And your base there is egg. Also, hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
It's very fun.
Hi everybody.
Hello everybody.
You can't actually get more table talky than food, but that's part of the time-honored tradition here. Before we begin, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just like breakfast burritos because they're double protein, egg and sausage and cheese. So it's a lot of protein to start the day with.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of eggs. I've realized that over the course of my life that I just have an issue with eggs. One, if they're not cooked well enough, as in dry as fuck, then they're not done. For two, after about one, I get sick of them and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to eat this anymore. The only correct way to eat eggs is scrambled and not glossy. If they're wet, they're not done.
You're not
liquid, they're not done.
No.
Look, you're not going to be the only person having trouble with eggs in the future when we're all dead and aliens find our recipes. They're not going to know what eggs to use. So.
Yeah, because it just says egg.
It just says egg. We don't specify chicken.
I'm allowed to have my hot takes about
food. Would they even know what a chicken is or where to get them?
What if they turn back into dinosaurs by then?
It would be more helpful for them to know what animal we were talking about.
Hello everyone, it is Friday. I hope you have something tasty. As we're getting through our table talk here, it's a little bit of a chance for people to come in after the go live notification.
Look, it's a thing that me and several others in the community have had very heated conversations about, as we've come to realize that I have very, very, very quirky quirks about food.
You have white boy taste.
Well, there's that, but also textures. Textures are a thing. Textures are a thing I don't like.
Yeah, but it's like as an example, right? You
I
wouldn't want your eggs to be like super hard if you're having something like omurice, for example. You need
No.
I've never had that actually. That's just it's like egg omelet with rice. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but it's liquid in the center. Ew.
Well, no, it's not super liquidy. It's very slightly running. It's very slightly running.
Ew.
Also,
I mean, I like
hard-boiled eggs.
I mean, I like soft-boiled and sunny-side up eggs. So.
All right. Well, then, lethality. When you're running vampire, and you need to describe something very icky is happening to Clayton, you can describe it as omurice,
like an omurice,
or sunny side up eggs. So Clayton, you know, in the dark basement as you're going down, something drips on your arm.
I can't use most of the descriptors that I'll use for things like gore offline on Twitch. So,
well, then in this case, you just simply describe that Clayton feels a presence on his arm, not unlike a sunny side up egg. And you not only do you squig out coffee, you get to stay in the terms of service.
Clayton cursed with every time Clayton drinks blood, it tastes like runny egg yolk.
Ew.
Yeah, he's drinking raw eggs.
Yeah, that blood doesn't have resonance for you, Clayton. I'm sorry. It's
That's probably how it is. That's probably because he's Venture. It's probably how it is when he's drinking outside of his preferred group.
Yeah.
It's runny eggs.
Where he's like,
Yeah,
ew,
running
ew, ew, gross.
There you go. Y'all are getting lessons here. It's a story and a workshop.
He
at
has
the
to
same time.
maintain stoicism, though. He has to tank it like a champ.
Yes, and
Yeah,
remember,
good.
every
That's
character
why
you
he
make,
has to.
every character you make has a part of you in it. Remember that. That's how you make better characters.
Yeah. That's why you have resolve.
Oh yeah, that's why he's a heavy resolve character, because he's stubborn.
Well, I had already mentioned that Lethality does in fact run a VTM game, and this is via your channel, Coffee. So
Yes.
it's a bit of a 2-for-1 here.
It's a Coffee Cat Presents.
It is, yes, it is on Coffee Cat Presents, as per the channel name. And Lethality, is there anything else that you want to shout out or give a quick blurb to before we continue on? Although I'll give Coffee a shout out.
Yeah,
Now, as the
actually,
host.
I will certainly have a chat about that. You guys really should tune in this week because things are getting spicier than even I thought. They had a run-in with a hunter, and said hunter is now hogtied in the back of one of the coterie members' cars, heading towards a haven where they're probably gonna try and do things to him, and it's gonna result in stains because this is a war chronicle. I've been very heavy on giving out stains because of the fact that it's like, yes, war is horrific. You're going to be doing horrific things, and it weighs very heavily on the conscience to do so.
And Clayton's at a disadvantage. He started at Humanity 6. Because he's a character that came from a previous chronicle.
You're not the only one, though.
I don't know what any of this means, so. Sounds fun.
Let's just say you don't want like in Cyberpunk Red, you don't want your humanity to hit 0.
Does it NPCify you?
Yes.
Indeed.
Violently.
Turns you into a violent monster.
Violently.
Fun.
You dissolve into something called a white.
Not unlike cyberpsychosis.
No, worse than cyberpsychosis. Cyberpsychosis, there's still a shell
arguable.
of a human. There's still a shell of a human in there. You get a cyberpsycho on a good day, and you might get some coherent conversation out of them. Not so with a white. Cyberpsychos can be saved. You can't save a white.
Cyberpsychosis can be reversed, but you have to get them into therapy, and therapy has to be done willingly.
Yes, and it has to be pretty aggressive therapy at that.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Then you're probably also going to have to do cyberware removal.
Yes. For maximum stuff, yes. In the case of a white, nothing is saving you from that. You turn into a white, that's it. You're done. Your
just a
character
monster.
Your character has no humanity left. They are nothing but a vessel for the blood and the beast, and that is it.
Just a monster.
Yep. Just
sounds
a
fun.
Wassails are pretty fun to play out, but which is basically the last scene you get.
It's pretty similar to the system I've been more actively reading, which is Kane. Kane also has the thing where if you get too low in a thing, you become a monster. And it's also irreversible. I would probably eventually do a roleplay thing, but I want to do far more prep than I've ever done for anything before I try that.
Honestly, don't worry about it. As someone who has run those sorts of things, don't worry about it. Prep if you're gonna do something short, prep a basic story that has a start, a middle, and an end. Prep some stuff around that story, but don't worry too much about planning out any little detail because of the fact that
I know.
My first contact with the players.
Yeah, I don't mean like doing all of that, but I just mean like making a actually consistent and coherent world, getting notes
Having a world to
properly,
put
or
it in, yeah.
Mm-mm.
having an organized notes that I don't lose things all the time.
It's been ages since I've seen Babylon 5,
idea.
so...
I've never seen it ever, so you're talking to the wrong crowd.
I've never even heard of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also shows I've never seen.
Bit before my time, actually.
That's
Yeah,
because
but
you
just-
were you
Yeah.
you this big.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
turned-
just
I'm almost 30, for fuck's sake, coffee!
And I'm almost 40, so
Oh,
down here. What? Oh god.
that's okay. I just spoke at you because it's fun.
well, you know what? Me when I get you.
But yeah, well. Did voice mod just have an update?
Check your inputs and outputs. Yeah.
Yeah, we here.
Welcome to welcome to a stream where we have
Technical difficulties.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of technical difficulties, I think this is a
It wouldn't be a Hero Zone production without them.
very true. If any of you have watched Chrome Company, you would know,
Or a
but
Hero Zone spin-off, because Rebirth and my channel is rife with them too.
Trying again. Ah, there we go. Now my voice is wibbling in the green and yellow bars. All right. Hi, Raven. Also, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It happens. And I do notice for whatever reason, voice mod can't stay open. Like it can't always just run in the background because if I do, I don't I don't shut down my computer every night, kind of a thing. And it's like every other day, like it kind of crashes and it needs to be reset. And I don't know what it is about voice mod that does that. But yes, you
Yeah.
can hear
That's
me.
why I don't use voice mods at all.
it could just be the audio experience drivers. It could be any
Yeah.
number of different things, really.
Well, the only last thing I was going to say
But
is
if
if I
turning off the
do.
program and turning it back on again fixes it, then just
Yeah.
Yep,
shut it down
that's-
every time you're not
that's
using it.
all it does. Yep. But that's
Well-
all it takes, fortunately.
Yeah.
Only last thing I
Alright.
was gonna say about that is if I do ever run anything tabletop, it'll be after this ends
Okay.
because I would want to do it on Fridays.
So hopefully,
Well, damn, we're several
hopefully
years
in a
away
couple
from that,
years-
so you have time to prepare.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cut to my channel several years from now where my notes is do the dice.
Yeah.
Dude,
All right, you all heard it here first. It is 9:43 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, February 20th, in the year of our Lord 2026. Quote him, and then 3 years from now.
Quoth Encyclo Chameleon, do the dice.
Do the dice thing, hashtag winning.
If that ends up being the show name, I will be proud of you. Do the dice.
Sure.
Okay, nice ring. Evil Intent, how you doing?
Doing good. Just munching on some pizza.
Things going well in your gaming realm, or any other news or notes? If not from you, for anything going on in your IRL stuff about the hobbies you enjoy, and because usually you're like, oh hey, there's an announcement about this, or there might be a grumble about something. Anything you want to bring to the table?
Not really. I think. I
It's
think
been
like on
kind of
the
quiet.
27, Warframe's doing their monthly dev stream, but like, yeah, there's not a whole lot.
You still running your pirate ship with friends? 'Cause you're playing Sea of Thieves, right?
Was trying to,
Hmm.
but
Nice red.
other people have other stuff going on, kind of thing there. So
Yeah, that happens.
Scheduling the final boss.
Yep.
Ah, yes.
It's whether
The
it's D&D
BBEG
or
of
an
all tabletop
MMORPG.
RPGs.
Actually, wait. Would Sea of Thieves count as an MMORPG? Like, is it kind of like it? Is that what it's marketed as?
It would be
It's a multiplayer game.
MMORPG. Not much massive about it. It's like the maximum is 20 people in a server.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's like 5 ships, max of 4 people to a ship.
Okay. So I remember the last time we were talking about that. Like, there was some there was an issue with griefing or something that was going on, or either that or
plus the PvP stuff being
yeah, like
PvP
PvP.
games being PvP games. I guess High Guard is it's dead.
I did hear in gaming news about that, and maybe not exactly related to High Guard, but you did bring up that point. I was talking to Coffee Cat about video game stuff and just sort of how studios are we might see the rise of even more independence because you have big studios like Ubisoft. Now they're not the ones who made High Guard, but you get all these AAA games that are just falling on their face for various reasons, and we don't need to get into some of the more
We can wax
irritating ones.
philosophic about that in another
Yeah,
time.
that's a whole other broadcast. But the undeniable, regardless of where you fall in your opinion, is that there's a lot of these the overall model of just needing to churn out AAA games at hundreds of millions of dollars per game. It takes way too long. There's way too much risk involved, and there's been enough negativity in the culture on one side or other of the game, and this very well might see a bigger rise for people who want to do indie projects, do fun little clones of something, or they're actually able to put passion into something, and it's
You
not
know-
just a design by committee churn.
So
So.
speaking of that, actually, it's why I've been really happy with what was announced at the latest PlayStation State of Play. I don't know if you guys saw, but we finally have a new Castlevania coming. And what did Konami do, which was actually a really good move on their part? But they got the guys from Motion Twin, who created a rather large hit indie game by the name of Dead Cells. Motion Twin love Castlevania. They did a Castlevania DLC with license from Konami for Dead Cells. It was amazing. People were like, hey, if you want to get people to make a Castlevania game, just get these guys. These guys will do a good job. And what did Konami
Because
do?
they're
For
fans.
once, for a change, they actually listened and got Motion Twin on as an advisory studio to create a new Castlevania game. Which yeah, well, it was it was Ida-san, the main programmer on Symphony of the Night. The creator of the Igavania games, Igarashi, is still very much alive, and he was also Ida was also the principal programmer on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. which is basically the spiritual successor to Igarashi's era of Castlevania games, and they are still working on a second game, and Igarashi is on record as saying that we're gonna complete it to Ida-san's vision, and which is it's gonna be an interesting thing once it finally comes out, because Bloodstain within the community kind of landed in a, it's an alright as a game, but it's there's issues basically, and there's a lot of stuff for Bloodstained as a game that was promised in the Kickstarter that still hasn't particularly been delivered just yet. So
Yeah.
Oh God. The credits on that game longer than the game itself.
Looked at. Matt, your audio died again. We can
Yeah.
hear you,
We can hear you.
but stream can't.
Oh. talking about Segatari. Segatari's like, shut it down.
Shut it down. Nuke him.
But
I'm glad that.
Mighty
I'm glad.
Number 9 is one of those things where it's like, nope, the canary
There we go.
dropped dead. It's time to do a 180.
Yeah, that was man.
That's what we in the business call a yikes.
Yeah.
Big old yikers.
I mean,
Yep, so that's why I don't back video games on Kickstarter. And let me tell you what turned me off about doing pre-order stuff was BioShock Infinite. I'm like, nope, never again. Never ever doing that. That was... oof.
There's only a couple of times I've been doing pre-orders recently. And the other time I've done pre-orders recently is for like Final Fantasy 14, like the deluxe edition for Final Fantasy 14 expansions. Because I know for a fact that Square Enix will actually deliver and give me the stuff that I'm paying for there, because a lot of it's just digital items. But yeah, no. Otherwise, I've pre-ordered very little in the last bit. So, something that I use. Well, listen, the thing that I use as a metric is, am I going to like the game even if it comes out mediocre? Would I still like the game? And if the answer to that is yes, then I might consider pre-ordering, because of the fact that even if it is mediocre, I don't lose.
only ever said that once so far, and it turned out okay for me. It was Cyberpunk 2077.
My most favorite game in the entire world, ever.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have wanted to have played it at launch.
I did, and it was not as bad as people said.
I played it a bit pre 1.5.
I played it 3 days after it launched, and I played it on PC. See, what people were doing is they were intentionally going and finding bad things. They were cherry picking.
Oh yeah, I do know the console experience was pretty awful.
Console experience was terrible, but console was always terrible.
Because it was
to
on,
get
like,
into
PS4.
to get into Red, we'll let me ruin your experience in the tabletop game, because I know that one. But real quick for you, Coffee, we caught you eating, so I'm sorry for that, but we got your hot take on eggs, and I did give you a shout out already, because you do host Lethality's VTM. Any other quick notes before we go to we go to Red? Because I don't mind some table talk, but it's been about a half hour, so we gotta keep.
Yeah, it is.
Just tune into my channel for San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit and Brisbane by Night Hellfire, because we have 2 War Chronicles going on my channel. Get it.
Yeah, have
the
fun
two
with
War
that.
Chronicles intersect at some point.
It's a lot of war.
Mm.
You'll have to tune in and find out. And also, we do have a Night Mage with us. Hi, Night Mage. Quick, you have 30 seconds. You want to say anything?
We stalled long.
Uh,
We stalled long enough.
Yeah, we
My-
stalled.
my Saturday game, my character made a positive humanity shift from 3 to 7,
Jesus.
Oh.
and now she has a cyber skull.
That's some therapy.
You had a real revelation there then. Moment.
Oh yeah.
That
Now I don't have to
character's on the
go
verge of losing it.
Oh, it's so good. They so it started as like a trauma team campaign, and we're slowly shifting into like being moonlighters and edge runners instead of working just for trauma team.
Hmm.
And while she was
Nice.
at the 3 humanity, were on this gig, ambushing the cargo truck that eventually contained the cyber skull I looted. And when she ended up getting shot, she would just like flash back to where it was like trauma team, and started murdering everything in front of her. And then I also got reduced down to like 1 meter of movement because I got seriously wounded and I was on difficult terrain. So I went from 6 move down to like 3 move down to 1 move.
Got a nasty limp there.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, fortunately, you are you're not in quite the same predicament. At least here, and not yet. There's always time to injure your legs. When last we played,
Oof.
you all went out to a combat zone because JP, who is Night Mage's character here, your all's fixer, arranged a meeting with a middle manager at Dynalar. And if there are members of the audience who don't know, Dynalar, unlike NCOM, which was a fun borrowed corporation to introduce into our game, Dynalar is a part of this, and they like their primary business is cyberware, like arms and other things like that. So hearing that there was some distress and a middle manager in need, JP arranged a meeting on the border of a combat zone over at a place called the Slurp and Burp, a noodle store with its twist. It's the thing it's known for is carbonated broth. So you got a little bit of fizz in with your noodles. So, I mean, be that good or bad for you, coffee, it is a tactile experience along with your ramen or whatever else you end up having there.
Sure, let's make fun of my hot takes again.
I'm not making
Yes.
fun. I'm simply saying it's the unique it's the unique thing that this place is known for, as well as quite possibly because it's in like a nice shopping strip on the border of a combat zone. This is also a place where you have meetings similar to what you just had, where you met with Linus here, whose totally cool edge runner name is Patch. Dun dun dun. And so good old Patch here not only had apparently eaten something spicy, but was super duper nervous as he was checking around everywhere, thinking he was followed. And he confessed to you all that he needed your all's help because Dynalar doesn't act quickly, and in the wake of the refinery explosion, the ash storm apparently had corrupted some sort of a firmware update for the Dynalar Grip King arms, which, as JP found out even prior to that, a lot of farmers. So it could be nomads or just independent people living out in the periphery. Perhaps even having contracts with Biotechnica to harvest and or lift more and more often. So this is causing problems because the Grip Kings were gripping people and objects that they shouldn't at inappropriate times. such as JP in a parking garage at the night market, where he was lifted off his feet by the by the stocky farmer's boy who had a truck full of cabbages. Uh, anyway, so your job was to uh, go to the Sector 4 warehouse, and you need to upload a fix, or maybe even a patch that patch has created in order to make sure that the arms are in working order. You're doing it because Dynalar, he said, takes too long. He showed you his ID, and he said this is only 3 years ago. So it's clear working for Dynalar has an impact on one's hairline and silhouette, to put it kindly. But you know what? He has aspirations to not be in the middle anymore, and he wants to do something right for the company, but also for the poor workers who have arms that are malfunctioning. Though it was, what was it, JP? One of you had a good human perception and picked up on. Oh, it was Gopher. Gopher 17. Oh, and JP as well. That the things he said may still be true, but the thing that he didn't say is this is also a big. He was really concerned about just the liability. So he was saying good and sentimental things, and it may well be true that he wants to help the common man, the farmer, raising, making crops to feed Night City. But the thing that he didn't say was that this could very well just be a CYA maneuver, cover your ass, in order to protect against liability. And so, at the tune of 1,000 each, because this is dangerous, he wanted you to go and undetected go and upload the patch. It'll be on it's a fix that he's making. He'll put on a shard, and he'll contact you when it's ready. But you need to go in and upload it, and that way, hey, I'm Linus. I fixed it, right? I'm the patch guy, and so you do the work. But hey, y'all are getting 1,000. And you got a bonus as negotiated by JP. And
grenades.
Yep, you got some improved grenades. And that was after at first a suspected attack, but poor Linus ended up getting a pineapple surprise in his ramen, and that with some quick thinking. Kiri yeeted it right
Kiri
back out.
Coolly and calmly yeeted a grenade back out the window. Like it just popped in. Everyone's diving for cover, and Kiri's just like, Yoop.
D-Raz like kind of dove over the table to cover the client, and Gopher, you did the traditional duck and cover. Then Outback, you were scouting. In fact, you saw even that it wasn't necessarily an attack. It was just a bunch of assholes playing baseball with perhaps some grenades they found somewhere.
Grenade ball.
Yeah, they were playing a little grenade ball. And fortunately, I guess for them, they actually severely damaged that grenade because it was only there was like 4 ones in that dice roll. So that the 66 grenade, was 12. So they must have damaged the core or something. So it didn't fizzle, but it wasn't as lethal as it could have been. So yes, we had that encounter, and where you all were left. Well, there's one other thing. We'll get there. But regarding the job, you told him you'd take him up on it. He told you all, although specifically through JP as the fixer and the middleman here, that when the program was ready, he would contact JP to make sure that the shard would get to you all, and then you would be able to go and get it uploaded. He did stress that you all cannot be seen or detected. Like, you can't be the ones to do this. Don't if not for the spotlight on him, this is also just a secret meeting, and even especially for liability, hey, don't let anyone see that we have outside contractors or something working on this. It would look bad for the company. He didn't say that, but you all can infer that from the human perception and conversation that you may very well have. Anyway, so you are currently waiting on Linus O'Malley, otherwise known as Patch, to get back to you. And until then, you have this week to talk about things, to shop and prepare, to scout or research, or I don't know, maybe you just want to put your feet up until it's go time, and then it's go time. So that part's up to you. Now the side thing, which is also, oh, hi, ma'am. All right, I'm just gonna jump through. That's fine. The side thing was that you all passed by Jess's clinic, and her clinic is known as Intrasol, and it very literally sticks out among a star scraper in a nicer part of town. It's not like the middle of the rebuilding Corpo Plaza, but even here they were experiencing flooding. It might have only been an inch, but it's still something, and the self-regulating building kept the doors sealed to keep the water out. JP left a voicemail essentially for her, and you all ended up passing by because she was identified by the farmer who assailed JP as having been someone to talk to about muscle grafts, and also may very well have been the one who bought out the night market. Ma'am, you're causing my other camera to tilt. Thank you. All right. Causing the night market to run out of limbs and other things. She seemed to swoop in, be a big spender, bought it all up, and went from there. And by way of an apology, the farmer passed on this apparently this very rare card. This kind of by referral only to JP. So this is what is going on, ma'am. Hey, oh, no, stop. Off the desk. Come on. What a goober.
Cats.
She was trying to lick my dinner plate. It has like a few specks of ranch on it, so of course she had to zero in on it. And anyway.
Well, of course, Felix did the same thing on my desk just now.
There we go. We got the cat energy.
To be fair, Felix also tries to eat your microphone.
He does. He is not the brightest bulb in the entire set.
So we have. Well, really, I don't know. Where do you? Where all do you want to open up in this? Because it is Monday the 21st. Remember that the weather report is going to play a part in anything that you plan on doing. I mean, except if you do want to stay at home and stay out of the rain or the floodwaters.
Yes. So I did mention some stuff about this in the chat, but I would like to walk everyone else through my thought process first. So as I said, I think we should aim in game for Tuesday. It's the only non-cold weather day where we don't have any weather issues aside the flooding. Flooding's going to persist throughout the entire week, right? That's just a long and the short of that one. But
Yeah.
Other days we've got sleet, we've got acid rain. The next day after that is Friday, right? And we kind of want to get this job done ASAP. So what I'm thinking is that we had the meeting on Sunday. Take Monday to procure ammunition, do some reconnaissance. Hit the place on Tuesday.
That also depends on whether or not he gets us the
Not by
fix.
then.
Well, he said it would take a couple of days based on from Sunday, so it should be ready on Tuesday. If it's not, then he's delaying his own timeline, and he'll get stuck on it. He'll be like, "We'll do it Friday then." because Wednesday and Thursday just aren't the type of days where you want to go outside.
No.
Light sleet isn't too bad, but it's cold.
Yeah.
Acid rain is a no, and if anyone suggested it, you'd be getting
Fenestrated, I think you said.
defenestrated. That's the word.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, because I used it. Yeah, you'll be getting defenestrated from the top of Ventressol Tower. I will. I will make sure that that happens to you.
Well,
Are there any complaints with that plan?
no.
Nope.
But I will add one potential into the plan, because working with corpse, you should always think of things like this. Dynalar is in direct competition with the Night City headquartered Raven Microcybernetics. So if you want to scoop some inside data while you're in their mainframe.
Oh yeah. Stealing some pay data is probably will be a secondary objective that we'll put to Gopher and D.
It's like you're reading my mind.
If we're already doing this in a way where we're not found,
if we're
then
already in there, then a little blackmail is certainly not gonna hurt.
internal sabotage, sell information to their competitor, get 2 paychecks for the same job.
Rat out
Not
some
to
dirty
mention-
corpos.
Not to mention, Patch is certainly not so caring for the common man as he says that he is.
No, this is
As
absolutely...
an out of character point. In character, Kiri has no idea until someone tells her.
Oh yeah. D-Riz
yeah.
100% thinks this is a corpo cover-up.
Yeah, but no, we have a way forward. Because JP, this would give you time to, if you wanted to source that ammo, you could source it. It gives, because rubber bullets and stuff, you wouldn't even have to go to a night market to source those. You'd be able to go down to your local gun mart and they would have rubber bullets.
Yep, that's right.
So, yeah, pretty solid on where we want to go.
Yeah. I don't know how many contacts you may have in arms dealing, JP, but there are certainly some people the Nomads could get you in contact with to buy those grenades, if you just want to go for selling them.
Oh yeah. If you want to sell the improved grenades for some extra dosh, that's also a thing that's available. But yeah, no, we've got ways of handling all of that. I think the only thing that would be active, asides, like, if you did want to do that selling on Monday, would be reconning the warehouse.
Yes. That's
Definitely
especially
want to
important.
recon it, for sure.
Definitely
Should
important for
be-
the people who are going in.
Yeah, which will probably be Kiri, Gopher, D. Gopher and D to actually do the work, and Kiri to cover them and deal with guards and the like.
And since I'll probably be getting you in and out, I should know the area.
Yeah, like roads in, roads out.
All
Yeah,
right.
So I
recon
think we could open there, Maddie,
Yeah.
on Warehouse 4 and reconning reconnoitering the area.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yep.
also,
So then
I'm also thinking of
Sunday was spent at the meeting, and driving out there, meeting, surviving, coming back, taking the detour-ish past Entresol here. And so this does now bring us to Monday. And if you want to do a little bit of recon, then we can. Monday. There we go. Monday the 21st, cold and overcast, so you all will need jackets. With expected flooding. All right. Not too bad. Highs around 40. That's almost t-shirt and shorts weather around here. So, with your coats ready,
Balmy California.
are all of you scouting, or are only some of you? How are you approaching this?
I'm going.
I'm going to be sourcing ammunition.
Okay.
So JP's gonna be giving us up at shopping trip while the rest of us do recon.
Okay. No problemo. I presume then that JP is well, I don't know. After your experience on the tram, are you taking that again? Although if you're walking on the street, that's going to be it'll be a quite literal slog, since a lot of the streets are flooded now with several inches of rain, and the trace that comes up with it.
We shall still use the end card system. Old reliable. It's been around since the bombs.
Okay.
That's such a wild statement to hear out of context.
I mean, technically it was around before the bombs.
Not
All right.
very long.
The underground one was.
Then in this case, securing something as common as rubber bullets, as it seems like you want to do, unless you have other things that you're looking to secure. I'm not too worried about rolling for something like that. But with a lot, the trams are very crowded because people don't want to be on the ground level. We are going to run into a situation where there is the probability of greater violence and or theft, as more and more people are packed into what used to be passenger cars now feel a lot more like cattle cars.
Yes, they do.
So, would you be so kind as to be perceptive and aware of possible bad things?
Perception
God, something. I need a new battery.
is a 50.
Oh no!
Yikes.
The same as my wardrobe and style.
Oh. Yeah, that was wardrobe and style. You want to roll perception?
No, I rolled perception before that.
Oh,
Then I
I'm
rolled
sorry.
Wardrobe and style.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also a 15. All right, that's fine.
Just always wanted to see how good you're looking.
All right, they only nicked 50 off you this time, JP.
Oh, even more. Wonderful. Alright.
And then, so that is unfortunately what it is. How are they doing it? It could just be, professional people who are taking advantage of those who, there's a million stories like this in Night City. It's not the first time it's happened to you. It might not be the last, but damn if it's not annoying every single time. And whether it could be physical cash, because I believe that we established you do carry some on you, for obvious reasons. But it would be, I believe that we can also say that there would be folks along the lines of D-Res, just a little bit more unscrupulous, who would actually, have like chip readers or something to do it digitally as well. But if we want to say that it was cash in this case, then that's fine. You have people with very sticky fingers that probably don't have Dynalar grip kings.
You use a chip reader to steal $50 out of your credit account. Too bad you didn't have a Ridge wallet.
That's what the Night City influencers are pitching with
2060s and Ridge wallet still being a common sponsor. I could see it.
Man, it sure is a challenge living next to a combat zone. You know what else is a really good challenge? Raid Shadow Legends.
Shit.
In this limited time event, get Johnny Silverhand.
Oh gosh, I love it. All this stuff is very relevant to our game, so these are acceptable puns and references. Okay, so then, meanwhile, while JP is talking now, JP, I'm not just glazing this over. Like, if you do have something special planned, or if you want to try a negotiation tactic or something, we can. But to at
Oh,
least
yeah.
set the tone that your day started off with a little bit of a little bit of a grumpiness. Now, I guess the other four of you, you're hopping in Dust Rattler and you're letting Outback take you around town.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and source out his 100 heavy SMG rubber rounds, and then also I'm gonna try and find a bouncer, a the pursuit security bouncer glove, which is a 500. So I just gotta try and haggle for better monies.
Now,
That's
is this versus a static difficulty value, kind of like how Drez has to hit some static marks in order for her stuff to work?
You can either create a DV system, and they have a little bit of like a system for that outlined in black chrome, or the raw thing is it is an opposed trading check, so you use the cool plus trading plus if the other person is also a fixer, their operator rank, and then it's whoever has the higher roll. If I get it, then I get my 10%, or I can get 105 bullets, but I'd rather just get 10% off.
Okay, and your first roll was for the rubber bullets?
Yep, 100 heavy SMG rubber bullets, which would be $100. Is still $100.
Okay. Because
And
you
then the
you
other-
are the aggressor here. Like you're trying
Correct.
to beat the defense. Okay.
That's right. So I would need a 21 there.
Yep. Defender always defender always wins ties.
It's fun to think of it as verbal combat.
Yes. Well, it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so 100 for the bullets, and then 450.
450 for the bouncer glove.
There you go.
And bouncer just reminded me I could need to get a new battery for my electromagnetic bouncer. Because that's uncharged right now.
So yeah, in the first one, maybe you two are feeling each other out. Like, you're busting my balls. Hey, you're busting my balls. What, I'm busting your balls? Well, how many do you have? 2? I just got 2 extra ones installed. You're busting 4 of mine. I'm the victim here. And, so you have a back and forth, and...
Oh my.
I would say who would want that cyberware, but
there are
it's
a number.
Yeah, I'm sure there's various places of entertainment that would that would be a niche.
Okay.
Those balls would definitely fill a niche.
The adult brain dance industry, for instance.
And then I'm going to.
Don't even get me started on the trend when people are getting 3 boobs like that. That was the whole thing.
Total recall.
Speaking of brain dances, all right.
As you were, JB.
And then I was just gonna send Curie a little note that says, "I got you an extra thing, though I want it back after the gig." And I send a picture of the little box that has the glove.
What is a bouncer glove? Is that in black chrome?
Yeah, it's a fingerless glove shaped housing. Is
It's a microwave of a
microwaver and stun baton.
God damn.
Yeah. And it has a battery that does either 10 whacks or 10 shots in the microwaver.
Is that under melee weapons? What is that?
It's an exotic
Yeah,
weapon.
there it is. Okay. Pursuit security bouncer. Okay.
So it doesn't cost anything to swing it as a stun baton.
Really? I thought it still costed a battery charge.
To use both at the same time, it costs that. The microwaver has eight shots.
Being one of them.
Security bouncer glove. Yeah, a glove that is equipped with a pop-out stun baton and a microwaver. Using both takes a charge from its 8-charge battery pack, which takes an hour to recharge. Donning and removing the bouncer is an action, and while it's warm, any cyberware in the army scratches and rippers can't be used.
Yeah, that is.
So I think by both
that is
means,
poorly. Yeah, that's poorly worded.
Using either.
Yeah, it should say
what
either.
I think it means. Is
Yeah, so I believe it's popping it out to use it. Or like a microwaver shot, but like, because the stun baton is just
both. Well, regular stun baton has a battery charge too.
That would make sense. That it
Does it?
either would use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's electrical charge, yeah.
No, just a straight whacking baton has no charge, but the one that knocks people unconscious is a stun charge.
Cyberpunk Red. You core rulebook, gimme.
All right. Now, while that's being done, the freebie for the 4-in Dust Rattler is after making approach, kind of playing it cool. You're in Sector 4, which is an area that it separates. It's on the edge of town. It's not the same area where the Slurp and Burp was, but a lot of the mood is similar. You're on the urban sprawl, though there's still a fair amount of decay here to go along with it. And so the freebie you're getting before we work out any sort of minutia or details is that you get a chance to drive around. You get this image in your minds about what the obvious area looks like, where the warehouse and especially the broadcast tower are located. So now with this, I mean, this could be your day if you so wish. Just passing by once, or taking a quick turnaround. No suspicion. Again, that's the freebie I'm giving to you as a GM. If you want to do some more clandestine work, or you want to linger, which otherwise would catch the attention of the obvious guards that are posted. And the guards do look, another freebie, these aren't just warehouse guards. This isn't a guy in a, with maybe some sort of like light Kevlar.
Not a rent-a-cop.
Yeah, these are not rent-a-cops. These are more like riot police. With their
Corp security.
With their equipment, yeah. So as much as this is a rundown area and this is just some old, this old bunker-looking warehouse, it's clear that Dynalar places importance on here, if only by the security that's located. But right now, security warning, stress, or whatever you want to count it as in video game terms, is at 0. And this is what you have to work with. As far as generally what this warehouse looks like. So from this prompt, what would you like to do?
Okay, so it looks like if we weren't doing this stealthily, we would just drive straight through this conveniently placed 2 doors right in front of each other. Looks like we got a side entrance there. There's a lot of buildings that are equally or higher. If we had a zip line, we could do that roof entry. Also noting that these are potential alleyways back here for a escape route.
I need to get a bit of a better vantage point, so I'm gonna look for a building that overlooks this place. I'm gonna see if I can get to the roof, because these buildings look somewhat dilapidated or abandoned,
Yeah.
so I'm sure one of these is probably fully abandoned.
I mean, if you're trying to look for a vantage point, there's 3 buildings I'm seeing here that would be good for it. So
I mean-
that one, or
Yeah,
this one.
any of the 3 would be good. Just something that gives you a full peer down into the
Given that I think the most guards would be actively at the front here, I think I'm gonna like park out here by this like
Yeah.
rough camp. Let Kiri get onto the roof of that red building.
We'll use your agent avatar as Dust Rattler. So you're parked
That's
over
fair.
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna like park there just so we're not constantly driving around this place.
As GM to players, this heist is going to be done in Theater of the Mind. We did
That's
grid
fair.
stuff before, but my intention with this heist, and I'm being overt about it just to make sure that we're not going to have a crossed wire. I'm presenting the general idea in the image in the description in front of you all. So don't worry about, well, is it 22 meters or 23 or 24 meters? We're going to talk
Right.
in generalities for the purposes of this.
Okay. Yeah, so here you want to go on the roof and check that out.
Especially since she has a scope on her sniper rifle, she can get a good
Yeah.
look at.
I
We're
don't
just
even need,
patrolling.
I don't even need that. I have actually like straight up binoculars.
Oh, I
That too.
didn't pick any of those up. So.
Ones that also have a interface set up too. So
Yeah. Because I have an older agent, I'm just gonna, while that's happening, I'm gonna have my agent like grab any map data for this area and start planning some hot escape routes that I can drive.
Okay.
and
Because if,
I'll
if
make
we
my
do
own
this
copy.
perfectly and there's no breach of stealth, then we just drive away. But I'm planning for a chase.
Yep.
What is this? Is this like an outbuilding or is this like a generator?
That is some sort of a fuel canister.
Okay. It's fuel. Okay, got it.
Oh,
Explosive? Duly noted.
It's
that
not
could be
painted
red.
red, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't shoot it.
It's not painted red, but if it is an explosive, it's on the opposite side of the compound from that side entrance. I'm seeing a distraction there. And we just so happen to get some wonderful armor-piercing 76 grenades.
Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm gonna clamber up to the top of the building, and would have handed the little interface dongle off to D so that she'd be able to look through the binoculars with me.
All right. Well, then here, first things first. You all can do this. So pulling off to the side. This is close enough that, I mean, if you catch the guards' attention, they would be able to see you without too much trouble. So at least for the parking or the initial getting out for you out back, are you looking to do this stealthily? Although that could be tough because this is a low-lying area. So we're not talking about, it's not just a couple inches of water like you're finding in other places. We're about 8 inches deep.
Pretty
here.
swamped.
So this is, the Dust Rattler is sitting a little higher, and even more if you wanted to like release, the clamps, for the jump.
I haven't even been able to get a battery to reclamp them, so
Okay.
it's probably not a smart idea
So
given the flooding.
unless you're like pulling up against, I don't know, some boxes or and there's plenty of junk.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you say, hey, is there something I can pull up beside to step on so my boots don't get wet? That's fine for this, but the water is deeper here, and so to then unload yourself and or others, are you acting stealthily? Do you want to be like, oh, hey, cousin so and so, I'm here with food or something? Like, how do you want to present yourself in the case that you are being watched? If at all. Maybe just...
I'm going to. I mean, we're far enough away that they wouldn't be able to hear, but if they have enhanced hearing or surveillance, I'm gonna do it. The thing that I actually do sometimes before I join this group. All right, miss, this is the location you told me. There you go. Do whatever it is you're doing here. When you're ready to leave, I'll be here.
Oh, all right. Yeah. And you have the perfect cover, a nomad car.
Yeah.
Quite possibly doing nomad things. Got it.
Yeah. I'm just a nomad carrying a solo on a mission that I've asked nothing about.
Got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're playing it cool. Like, no, this is every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need a role for this, at least not unless it becomes relevant. But now I have your approach in mind. Now, then, with that being said, you know, there's guards aren't wading through 8 inches of water to, you know, come up and worry about what a nomad is doing at some derelict building. You know, they're not paid to worry about like drug deals or smuggling. They're paid to guard a warehouse. So okay, now with that, then it sounded like Kiri and D-Rez were exiting to go scout together. That would then
Kiri
leave...
Kiri was. D will have a wireless dongle from within inside Dynalar, so once I pop up with my binoculars,
is that
D will be
gear
able to
you
see
need to
through
buy, or what?
Nope, I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started with that specifically for this reason.
No, that's fine.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
But I thought in the case of interface stuff, you have to have a neural link, like connected
you
to
have
it.
be in on it, yeah.
Not directly. For stuff like binoculars and things like that. If it's something that you need interface plugs for, yes.
Okay.
But this is just a separate little dongle that you can plug in and see through the
It's an attachment.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
Then in this case, D-Rez, perhaps the only worry, and you are the paranoid one, would be if you are getting a wireless transmission, and it's not done through a secure, like, I see the wire, I know it's connected to me, and I know it's connected to the device. It is possible that a wireless transmission could be picked up. So I'll
Just
leave
like
that
any
to
quick
your,
hack can.
yeah,
Yep.
I'll leave that to your neurosis, but that's fine. If Kiri's going to go then and broadcast to you, then for the other two, are you staying in the car, or are you going out and doing something else?
I mean, I'm gonna stay out. I was gonna stay in the car, but if Gopher wants any help on anything on the technical side that he wants to do, did see the fuel tank there. I don't think we can walk over there and get a closer look, and I don't have binoculars, so.
And if Kiri has the binoculars and can broadcast them, and I guess as long as assuming D-Rez is willing, we could probably take turns with the dongle.
Well, you two can.
Yeah.
See what we need to see, kind of thing.
Okay. Got it. All right, so both of you are staying in Dust Rattler, and then
Yeah.
Kiri. All right, now Kiri, were you going to the red building, or are you gonna like walk around and position yourself in another location, or do you plan on like going to each of them to get a full like all the way around?
Not gonna do a full 360 view because of the fact that with this water, I don't really have a way of doing that fully, and that exposure just ain't worth it, truthfully. So yeah, it'll be this one.
Okay.
Taking a peer across because that'll get a good view of the front, it'll get a very good view of this side, and get a good view of the back.
Okay.
And keeping the hollows open.
Yeah, and yeah, keeping my mic open and sub-vocaling what Kiri is seeing.
Okay.
And she'd be keeping herself hidden on the roof as well, so like she'd be like prone and.
All right. Well then, first things first. Well, if you're walking out and at least the initial cover is, all right, go do your thing. I presume that's you don't need to then act too stealthily because you're a client being dropped off. If you do want to move stealthily, otherwise, after that initial drop off, then go ahead and roll that, because that could be a lot more relevant than needing a cover story if I'm a nomad.
Well, walking into the building, I'm not gonna need a cover, but like getting up to the top, especially if they're watching, I will need that. So I will go ahead and roll a stealth.
And it's also not just for the guards. This stealth is also going to be for any of the residents or lurking people. Nice. Any of the residents or lurking people who are in the building as well. So it is more immediate in that regard. And I probably am not.
It's a 29.
Actually, I don't even think I can beat it if I. Okay. All right. So you get in there and you become a shadow. You can hear that there are other people in the building. Some people talking. There's some grumbles, some shouting, some people laughing. You're welcome to, I guess, delay a little bit if you want to listen in on the people who are here, or if you're just on a mission and you stealth up to the top, that's fine too. But you are undetected while knowing that there are others in this building.
And Kiri would be mumbling into her sub-vocal mic. This building is inhabited. And I might stay a little bit like on one of the upper floors towards the roof to just take a quick listen.
Listen to what?
The generals of the talking. Not looking for anything in specific, just the... Is it just raucous, or are they gangers, or...
Well, then that would be in the building, not on the roof.
Yeah, no, so I said on the upper floor, like, towards the roof.
Okay.
So, like, basically getting up towards the roof and then stopping on, like, the upper floor to listen for a little bit before continuing.
Roll it.
Yep. Perception. Where is that? Because I switched to my... Here it is. Yikes.
Okay.
Oof.
So you're not hearing everything. It could be the acoustics of a more hollowed out building like this, or there are people who are huddled around fires in, like oil cans and stuff.
Yeah,
or
I'm just
barrels.
looking at. I'm just checking to see if like are they gangers or are they just like vagrants or whatever.
It's
not anything in specific as to what they're hearing.
It's the conversation is, well, a lot about the weather, and in particular, I guess flooding wouldn't really be weather, but there's a lot of gripes about that, both about how it's making things even more miserable in this shithole, but then the benefits, because it's people are eating good, as it's washed out a lot of the rodents from subterranean levels. But then that gets into a breakout argument about, have you boiled that water? Have you cooked that thing long enough? And a joke somewhere about some casual cannibalism from the bodies that have been found in the water, too.
Vagrants and scabs.
Yeah, this is definitely not corpo speak or highfalutin social conversation. This is about living in a miserable shitbox, and about eating good because some rats from the sewers came up that they can cook for real food.
Well, that's completely fine. because it means that if I do have to intimidate them, I can just show them the gun and go.
But you are undetected. Going up, they're too busy, possibly eating one of their friends they found
Talking about
face down in
rats.
the water, and yeah.
Look, we're all animals, and fresh food is fresh food.
And
Yeah,
all you
scabs
receive
don't
is
eat
this,
their victims. They die
all,
somehow.
all you receive subvocally is no.
Well, most of the scab victims are less and less edible. They want the cyberware.
And yeah, that's when Kiri will get to the roof, pull out the binoculars, and get into place.
Okay, in this position, are you looking for something in particular, or are you just pointing them at the warehouse and seeing what happens?
I'm watching, but I'm also giving giving D and Goku the view so that if they spot anything that obviously I can't pass, like I don't have the understanding to pass that. Oh, that's a transmitter of some kind, or blah 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 blah. Because I don't have those intelligence skills mostly.
Sure. Okay. As we determined that your view is being shared back and forth between the two, then really you just become the little, like, they just tell you, all right, look a little bit more to the left, a little bit more, a little up, a little down. So you are now the one who is just, you're providing the image. Let's go to the car, and Kiri and Drez. Are there things
You mean
that...
Gopher?
I'm sorry.
Mistake.
Kiri is on the
Gopher.
building, so you are working together, but it is Gopher and Drez in the back of the car with Kiri scouting. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
But it's not a game unless I mix things up. So, between Gopher and Drez, as the binoculars are shared back and forth between you two, is there
I'm looking
something that...
for access points, like terminals, like
This is
things
gonna be
that places that I could
tiring.
plug into to get into the local net for this warehouse.
Okay. Kiri, then that's the target, and you know, as a netrunner, you would know what those would look like, at least generally. Kiri, make a perception.
You're calling me Kiri now.
No. Kiri is the one
No,
with the
having
binoculars.
me.
So
Oh,
Kiri
okay.
needs to... How many can you spot through Kiri? This is going to fall on her ability to perceive a certain number of... Okay.
Not great, apparently. Even though I have all 4 of my rank points in my in my threat assessment.
All right.
It's also not a game without you rolling terribly.
Just throw me off the nearest bridge, please.
In game.
I mean, if you want, I can go 90 off of another freeway bridge.
It needs to compensate for that amazing stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of my bloody rolls are gonna be terrible today. Just watch.
Better not.
The 3 obvious ones are one at the gate on an inside pillar, one that is is a control panel outside the inner, like the garage door, kind of going into the warehouse, and then not hidden, but it would be more difficult to see through the steel and everything else, would be the actual target. You presume that the point for the tower that you or one of you is going to have to get to is the box that is on the tower that I made in green there. So that's at least the objective.
Okay, so one on the tower there, one on the garage door there, one on the gate there. And because of the fact that this is probably a circa 20 40s warehouse, they were all going to be linked together because they couldn't, because wireless connection like that, well, kind of some more newfangled these days.
Chelsea?
I wouldn't be so sure about that. They did say that firmware updates and things like that were being sent out by this transmitter. So it's entirely possible that each one of those is connected maybe wirelessly, but also individual networks.
Yeah, but it's a difference between software updates for edge devices and an anchored installation.
I seriously doubt that getting me into the control panel at the front of the front gate is going to get me up to the transmitter.
We're
Probably
gonna
not the
have
front
to
gate, but
move-
maybe the one on the garage door will, because it's all the building.
That both of those are right out in the open.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to get you inside, which means
Getting me to the first terminal that I can find. Which is probably a lobby desk.
it's a warehouse. They're not gonna have a lobby desk.
You never know.
So
Are there
Sally,
other entrances?
Oop, sorry, Griff, you were gonna say something?
I mean, probably have like a manager's office or something. But I think the rooftop might be our best bet in that regard. Just the way up there.
That's several
Int-
stories high, isn't it?
Getting you onto the roof wouldn't be that
Yes.
difficult. Because of warehouses like this, they have to have some kind of roof access, for like fire escape.
Either inside or out.
Normally outside. They normally have external fire escape, so if you're pushed to the roof for whatever reason, you can actually get back down.
So locating that might be a good idea.
Yeah, so my next stop is going to be locating physical points of ingress, like up to the roof, down from the roof, and probably also watching guard rotations and patrols, like what are their patrol routes? How do they...
That
Alright,
that
well,
was
the-
the
the-
other.
These are two different
That's
things.
important.
Are you looking for entry points, or are you watching for a rotation?
We'll start with the entry points, and then
Okay.
we'll move into the other one.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy to make 2 rolls, but yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and
Let's make the first perception, and hopefully it's better than the last 2. Yes! Yes, it is!
okay. All right. The obvious ones. You don't need a roll, but for consistency, these are the obvious points to get in. The main gate and the main, like, the truck entrance, right? With the big roller door.
Yeah.
Now, this looks like a hatch.
Roof hatch. Okay.
And the point here, looks like a little, like a shed or a small extension off the side. There does appear to be heavy, not rolling, but this would be like one extra wide, like reinforced metal door, and I'll draw that on here as well for you. There.
Yep. Do I see any way to get up onto the roof from the outside?
Like a fire escape ladder or something.
Not from this angle.
Might
Unless
be on the
you
other
can
side.
count this
Okay.
shed as like a halfway point. It's not an easy climb or anything. You would still need a ladder, but it at least isn't just ground to roof. That does act as a midpoint.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably 2. That's probably 2 stories, which I mean, getting a boost could get someone up there, and having a good athletics could get someone up there. And if it's a halfway point, then you could do the same thing to get up onto the roof. All right.
Well, by story, we're not talking like it's a 10-foot. Like this is where like semi trucks are docking here. So there might be 2 levels, but the levels would be like 20 feet apiece. So
20 feet apiece.
Yeah, so we'd be talking that.
Yeah, that'd
I know we have generalities. Let's just say that this.
Yeah. That's
The-
2
like, the
stories.
highest point is, like,
that's
50.
two stories
Yeah.
per level. Because
And
a
then we'll say
story
the
is 10
peak
feet.
is 50, with the corner being 40.
Yeah, so that's fine. 20 to, like, boosting someone up 20 feet is not the most difficult thing in the world if you've got to go to athletics, which I do. And climbing that also isn't that difficult if you're, like, equipped as I am to do such things.
The ledge is 25 there.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the other one being like 25 from there is... Yeah, okay. The next stop then is going to be having a look at the guard rotations. I want to see how they move.
Okay.
I'm also keeping an eye out on that too.
This, I think this would fall under something like tactics.
Yeah. I can
Because
get back
this
to it.
is really just that. It is the strategy.
Yeah,
if
I am watching their tactics. I'm gonna spend 2 luck on this,
Okay.
which will be make it a 15.
Okay. All right. From what you can see, it appears to be basic. Over time. Oh, hang on. So we had access points. We had egress. Now we're on. All right. So over this time, on your approach, you could see that there were 4 guards out here. Now, over time, this has turned into I'll make these a filled-in circle. 2 here. 2 here.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 there, 2 there.
One walks this way. The other walks this way. So, you can see that there are 6 guards. 4 stationary, and 2 that are on an exterior patrol. There may well be more inside. You haven't spent like 24 hours casing the joint, but for the time that you're spending, this is what you've noticed so far.
Yeah. So, always good. Like, you're not going to spend the entire time casing the joint because there's not really a lot of point. It's easier to just assume that there's some inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are static emplacements there, right?
When you pulled up, the 4 of them were just sort of together talking, and then you did a drive around, Outback parked. It was like, okay, go do your thing. When that happened, while they haven't come over to you all, at least not yet, the 4 of them that were talking went to their stations. And so over the time that you spent here, there are 2 outside the main gate, 2 outside the main entrance, and then 1 clockwise, 1 counterclockwise, circling the perimeter.
Yeah, and those guys were just still doing their thing, right? These 2 here?
Well, they were talking, and they'll, as they pass, they might like nod. Though presumably they could talk to each other like you all without needing to actually, move their lips or anything.
Yeah, I mean they did have like pack nets and things like that, which is already assuming that if they're in riot gear, they've got radios, so that they can talk to each other to report things. So
What about security cameras?
Yeah, cameras and other like electronic emplacements for
Surveillance
security are
systems.
gonna be next.
Yep.
Okay. This would be a security roll then by either, I guess, like Gopher or D-Res, depending on who's looking through the binoculars. Because either of you, I presume, would be better at identifying that than Kiri, correct?
Kiri could identify the physical emplacements, but if they're like super hidden or something like that, that's when things would begin to get a little difficult.
Well, then someone make a security roll. I don't care who it is.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, damn! That is a 30!
Yeah,
Somebody
that
roll.
plus 15 is double my
All right.
roll.
So Gopher, as Gopher's peering through, he is, I mean, just the detail. No, a little bit more. Kiri, based on the angle of your viewing, I need you to pan, 3 centimeters to the right, please. And he is zeroed in. All right. So for sure, we have a camera here. We have a camera here. Camera here. Camera here. Let's see. Based on... You could pan... There would be one on the back end of the pillar here. And then
One on the roof, pointing at the transmitter.
that. So Gopher, if there was a gold mine, that camera is not. It is not an overt security camera. It is your technical knowledge is like, oh no, that's like the, I don't know, just come up with like, the Micro Spymaster 3000. Like, it is a piece of gear. Like, you notice it because it's a piece of gear that seems incongruent with the other stuff that's on the tower, and because of the gauge of the wire coming out of it that carries a low voltage that indicates it's a data signal and it's not actually an electrical for broadcasting, and therefore you interpret blah blah blah, and so you do sense the gem in this case is that there is a camera pointing down at the access terminal.
Okay. And then we can probably extrapolate, say, probably a camera on these corners too that we can't see from this angle.
If you wish to do so, here, I'll use a dark blue. I mean, you presumably can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but presumably they're there. So in that case, I'll draw it on here for reference, that if they're on the one side, then they're watching here. And as far as anything on the back here, you can presume what you want, but it's not viewable from the angle that Kiri's at. But that could also indicate that there's cameras on the other corners, kind of covering there.
Based on that kind of extrapolation, here at this point in the yard, do we ever see another guard come out
around the corner from the back end, the back view,
No,
where they would intersect in front of the gate.
No, over the couple hours you've been spending watching, you've seen the 6.
Okay, just the 6. Okay. More inside, possibly to change shifts, but
Oh no! In this sort of thing, if they've only got 6, they wouldn't have more. They wouldn't have more. Might have 1 or 2 guards inside, like a couple of guards inside for indoor security, but otherwise they wouldn't have any more guys for external. They probably call them in, and they'd have a shift change every like 12 hours or whatever, where people like drive in and drive out.
yeah.
Your gate guard, your door guard, 2 patrols, probably 2 patrolling inside, and then 1 more watching the cameras.
Yep. Who's probably a net runner. It probably also handles technical security, so D, that's your problem.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you would like to scout?
Is there anything else that anyone wants me to look for while I'm up here?
No.
I did notice on the map that there's a little break in the fence here, but I don't think it'd even be all that viable given the flooding as an entry point.
So in this case, that is, by the way, good job seeing that. That is an opportunity. It looks like there's some rubble, maybe from a building that collapsed that rolled across the street and damaged the concrete here. But the metal fence is still on top of it. It could be a weaker point, but you are currently at 8 inches of water, and that is not going to be going away anytime soon. And you would also be needing to clear away several boulders. Now, if you could, or you did, clearing away a couple medium-sized pieces of rock would be better than trying to clear away some like a concrete barrier with the fence posts like down into it to reinforce it. So it'd be easier from a mechanical standpoint, but it could make noise. It could be more viewable, like easier to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're getting through a fence, assuming this isn't electrified, you just need some bolt clippers.
Unfortunately, there's not convenient birds to land on the fence to showcase if it's electrified or not.
Well, you'd also be able to see things like batteries and like
Power lines
and stuff to see if the thing was electrified, because those things are never electrified from underground, because they can't be.
I guess we could look out for that too then, in that case.
Yeah.
Any kind of power source for the fence.
Given that it could, they seem to have a traditional, outwards lean, but they don't have barbed wire. If they have so much security as to have cameras at every corner,
no,
but they don't
freebie,
even have...
it's not showing up here. This does have razor wire on top of it.
Okay, so it does have razor wire.
Yeah, it's not too viewable. Like it's kind of looks like fuzz, but there is like coils of razor wire.
So razor wire and a bow out electricity might be overkill, but they have a camera at every goddamn corner.
Yeah, razor wire means no going over top.
Not without a cover. But if it's electrified, then there's no going over it to begin with.
Yeah, so we've got...
Does look like one potential point of entry, although it would be the most risky given proximity. It does look like there is a window right here.
Where was that window?
It's on the front
Right
side,
here.
so you wouldn't be able to see it with your binoculars.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when we were driving around,
Yeah, when we started driving around, we would have noticed it, so there is a window there, but
that's like...
the issue is that
That's
right
like...
view of that camera.
It's right in view of that camera and not very far from a posted guard.
those guys.
But yeah, if we did do a distraction, they would be focused over here.
Do the cameras look like they're on a rotation where they're not, where they're kind of panning back and forth, or are they static?
They've been static so far.
Static so
that
far.
They've been observed, yes.
Static means blind spots.
Taking advantage of those blind spots would be
Yes.
getting somewhere like in this back corner
Yeah.
and climbing up that corner specifically.
Yeah, because if they're pointing these ways, that means this is a massive blind spot. Because it would be like a cone.
Yeah, it means that back would be a thing, and we'd also only have one guard. Only having to deal with one guard at any one time, given that their meeting points, given their routes are like
in
here.
the back and in the front, or like right here and right here.
Yeah, it's the sides. It's the sides because of the.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where they cross each other.
And if we down any of those guards, we've got to hide him.
Yeah, but they're gonna start thinking that something is wrong as soon as
they notice there's no crossing.
As soon as the guy comes back around and realizes, hey, where's the other guy?
Right. So we'd have to be fast.
White.
How, JP, how hard would it be to get a hold of a zip line? Because
That's a good
that
question.
would make noise.
I think that might have had to have stepped away for a second there.
Well,
Deal with. There we go.
I have a
So
ground man
unfortunately,
already.
unfortunately, this building is 10 meters taller than a grapple gun can do.
Yeah.
Those cameras would
We'd have to hope for a
through.
fire exit or a ladder on either one of those sides.
They'd probably be covered by the cameras, though.
Almost certainly, yeah.
And if we take out a camera, then they'll definitely know right away.
Yeah.
That they certainly will.
If only, I'm not the sneakiest of individuals. Otherwise, I would just, hack into the architecture and turn all of the cameras off.
Oh, never turn cameras off. Loop their static image.
You learned that by
Same
watching
thing.
Speed on the Braindance Wreath, huh?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Turn
Or
the
point them
cameras off.
Or
raises
turn them in another
options.
direction, or things of that sort. I would.
Well, if they haven't moved, they might not be able to move.
Well, if that's the case, then yes. Turn it off, so it's not detecting us. There's no easy access point for me to do that without being seen. Not from this angle.
Yeah.
The easiest access point we'd have is guarded like one camera and 2 or even 4 guards.
Honestly, the best way to do this would require us to do an entirely separate mission just to set it for this one, which would be if we need to get into a building, then make it so we get in the building. We would have to find Dynalar's headquarters in Night City and put us into their system as scheduled maintenance.
That's... What could we get? What's the likelihood we could even convince Patch to do that for us?
Slim to none. But that would come with a whole host of other things. Getting a Dynalar vehicle, Dynalar uniforms, badges, fake identities.
Yeah,
Probably
longer.
more time than he wants to spend on any of this happening.
Yep. So the answer to that is not happening in the slightest.
This place's security is solid.
Ish.
I've got a few big blind spots, but
Which is going to be our one advantage. In any case. Although,
Advantage, quote unquote.
sort of, yeah. Because this back corner is going to have the least amount of cameras watching us. If we enter in from that angle, then it's determining how we get either into the building or on top of it.
no.
If there's a hatch, there's a hatch on the top, so we could that would beg the point of that's the roof access is via the hatch. So it'd be in there, into the hatch, up onto the roof, to the transmitter, and spotting that camera was actually really good because it means we can probably, given that it is very incongruent, we can probably just destroy that camera straight up.
Yeah, but they're gonna know as soon as we do. The guy who's sitting and watching the cameras is gonna know at least, and then radio the others.
Yeah, but we would have already done the job and damaged the camera so that they don't have our faces, and hopefully you would already be in and able to spoof the footage so that we don't get caught.
How long do you
Man.
think it'll take them to replace the camera?
Well, they have a product error that is currently damaging their customer reputation, and they haven't fixed it yet. So I
probably a
imagine a
while.
camera would probably take even longer.
They haven't repaired their fence.
They haven't repaired their fence even.
Yeah.
'Cause what I'm thinking,
I hate to say it, but a pair of those mantis blades would be really helpful right now.
Yes, good.
well,
Those things you could just climb straight up that wall. 40 feet, no issue.
my
Yeah.
thoughts is if we, what would happen if we destroyed that camera today, made it look like I don't know, like an accident kind of thing? Since this kind of is,
How would we make it look like an accident?
How accidental can you make a sniper round look, Kiri?
Why?
That's a very good question.
How accidental does a crossbow bolt look?
You know, that's a really good question. What's the range between, where is my measuring stick? There it is. What's the distance between this camera and there? Is it?
It's not 115 feet.
That so for the intention of this, because I figured perhaps you would want to use your sniper rifle. We're gonna say that it is the ideal. It's the lowest DV because usually there's a farther out that something is for a rifle. The lower it is. I think there's like
Yeah,
one
that's-
extra where it becomes a little bit more difficult past that. But I'm gonna say that the length is the sweet spot for a rifle.
I think it's 50
Sni-
plus.
Yeah, the sniper rifle has a reverse bell curve for its DVs.
Oh, so it's in the medium is where it's the sweet spot?
Let me
Because, yeah, for the ranges for sniper, it goes 30, 25, 25, 20, 15, 16, 17, 20. So 50 to 100 is the sweet spot.
Okay, but yeah, we're talking like the
yeah.
yards or meters, so that's
yeah.
so
So it'd be up to 100 meters would be
Yeah.
that would be the best.
yep, that sounds about right then.
Then,
I'm good.
luckily, because this is silenced, which means they won't hear it. I'm gonna take a quickly switch around my roll ability stuff, and I'm actually going to put my sniper rifle together and take a shot at it.
Actually, if you could, rather than shooting the camera directly, if you can shoot something that'll fall into the camera.
Yeah, I'm sure I could do that.
As long as it's not directly pointing at the thing we want to steal. Or not even steal, repair.
Yeah, but no, I'm sure there's like a piece of steel that I could make, that I could take a shot at with that. Would you say,
Let's
Matty?
see. Well, yeah, but we're talking negatives because you're making a cold shot to something small.
The standard aim shot is my.
So it'd be, so I mean, if you want to call it just an aim shot, that would just make it a plus
-8.
Yeah.
-8, yeah. Which I'm fine with.
Modifiers -8. Yep.
But you're not aiming at the target, you're aiming at something else, and you're hoping that the other thing will fall onto the target. So
I mean, the other thing I could do is, if you want to make it an aim shot, I could clip the, basically like clip the the connection, or just put a bullet through the side of it.
I understand that you're a solo, but like you're not rank 9 or 10, or like that you're sniping a USB cable coming out of a thing. So like if you want to shoot the camera, but
yeah, I'm thinking shoot the camera, just put the bullet in the side of the camera.
Okay, if you want to shoot the camera, we'll just say it's a cold shot at -8. If you want to go for like it's not necessarily a ricochet, but I guess if you want to try and shoot something else, that is also more feasible, but that would be extra negatives because again, you're already making a cold shot to a small thing that you then hope is going to fall, and then like targeting the wire coming out of a security camera is
we'll just put it into the
Yeah, I mean,
into the side.
they're at DEFCON 5. There's nothing saying we have to do this with them there. We can shoot out a camera and put them at DEFCON 4.
Yeah. Well, not to mention they won't even hear me do it because the sniper rifle is silenced.
Yeah, but they're gonna realize their camera shot out.
They're gonna go look at it and they're gonna be like,
We're
That's
gonna run
good.
an
I guess
investigation.
some gangbangers did a drive-by and a ricochet hit our camera.
Yeah.
Because they ain't dick all out here. So I
Exactly.
guess we'll
Well, I
just
mean,
put
there's
in a
vagrants.
maintenance request.
There are vagrants and scabs in the buildings. So, yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 luck and I'm gonna take the shot.
Take the shot, Kiri.
So
Aim true.
So this will
Crossing my fingers.
be at a +9. So yeah, DV 15 shouldn't be too hard. Wow. Okay.
Kitty.
That is a 11 plus 1 is 12 plus 2 is 14. That
Okay.
doesn't make a.
Nope.
You did not make a DV-15.
Did
Good
not
thing
make
it
a
was
DV-15. Yeah, it's silenced at least, so they're not going to hear the sound of a sniper rifle going off.
No,
But it flies wild.
But there is a kink as the downward bullet passes past the camera, and
And she's going to
and
immediately
slams
duck.
into the hood of the car across the way there.
Kitty.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So, this guard here starts, this is like a couple moments after. This isn't like in a meet, like, half a second after the kink or whatever. But this guard starts moving, this way to investigate. and I don't know, one of the two, because I mean they're going counterclockwise, but one of them is coming around the corner from the inside as well at that point. And this guard, well, I'm sorry, this one is starting to move up here, and this one is beginning to walk this way. Not running, not holding the rifle up, but this guard is now walking towards where Outback had parked.
Okay. We're not gonna try and take another shot at that because, wow, thank you, Dice. That was not a difficult shot, Dice. I had all the bonuses, Dice.
Kitty.
I was at a plus 11 on an aim shot with the perfect DB, and I still missed.
You know what you should have used like a science skill to give you a complimentary +1.
It wouldn't have helped because I would have only
You
beat the
still would've
DB. I
been-
still have to beat
yeah.
it.
So, guards incoming, what do?
Kiri is packing up her sniper rifle and being like, I will be right down.
Well, we got some heat coming in.
And she's gonna make sure she also pulls her sword from her case and equips it onto her belt.
Are you moving
he's gonna-
stealthily down, or are you rushing down? If you
I'm
move,
gonna move I'm gonna move somewhat stealthily. I mean,
Okay.
I made my way up
Well,
there completely undetectable. I'm
you
sure.
did. To weigh options, if you move stealthily, the guard will get to the car first. If you rush down, you will get to the car first. Though you would be obvious perhaps to the guard who's walking up, or to any of the residents inside. So it's up to you how you would want to handle the general order, because you still need to make your way down, especially stealthily. You're not moving as far as the guard, but you're not moving as quickly. The guard is, kind of at the corner when, after that, and you need to make the decision. Do you want to get to the car first? Or do you want the guard to get to the car first and you show up, or you just don't show up and you let Outback and the others handle this until whenever? Maybe you're just lurking. But that's the challenge I'm presenting to you. You could get there first if you don't stealth. You will not get there first if you do stealth. And depending on your role, you might not stealth also.
Yeah, a bloody apparently. I need to pitch this to the others. Do you think I should get down to the car first? Should I rush down or should I stealth and stay hidden? Because like this affects all of us, so I kind of thought
can't-
give them.
You can't dodge what you can't see.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we have JP with us, so if anyone can talk the guard's ear off.
He's
JP
not
is
here
not
with
with you.
us.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's
JP's
sourcing,
not.
he's sourcing stuff at the moment.
I'm here only through the whims of Drake and encryption services.
JP and Drake's encryption service.
And Kiri will probably send a sub-vocal. Guard's on his way. Distract him, and I will sneak down and deal with the problem.
I noticed.
Oh, how close do they have to be to me for me to perform a quick hack?
All right,
Hey,
roll your stealth then.
Don't do that. The last thing we need is them having a trace of your system on any of their people.
I was going to distract him.
I'll make a. Yeah, too fair. They won't be able to pick anything up from the guy if she quick hacks. But yeah, I'll switch back to.
I don't know how hacking works.
Yeah, I'll stealth down because it means that if this guy does get a little too uppy, then I can.
Provide his downy.
Why? What?
Okay.
Why?
Noted.
Why? Oh
Carrie.
God! Fucking why?
The stairs must be slippery because of all the people with like wet boots and stuff.
If I wanted to make a game of it, I'd make it take a drink every time you roll with 1, 2, or 3.
All right, so you all, I mean, Kiri said she was going to be down. You know, the guard will get there first. So the three of you that are still in the Dust Rattler, the Dynalar guard is approaching, steady. The rifle is out as it always has been. So that's not new information or necessarily panicky, but he is armed, and it doesn't take much to whip it up. But he is continuing. So at this point now, he's just passing the one wreckage and is still walking over towards the Dust Rattler. Are you hacking this? This person would be within. It's like a 30. Like a
30
foot or
meter.
Within
something?
50 meters.
15.
meters?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, 15 or 50?
50, 50.
Oh, okay, yeah. Definitely within that range if you want to do something before he gets to the car. But right now, he's just kind of walking over. You don't see a face or anything, but this person's walking over towards where the Dust Rattler is parked.
So this person is visible to me,
Yes.
and when they're within 50 meters, I want to jack into them with the purposes of a quick hack. Do I need to pass any pass walls?
Yes.
Okay. Gonna breach.
Well,
Yeah, so
this
he's got
this
stealth
could make
eyes,
our
because it doesn't
situation
cost-
even worse.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you to roll against you don't have to roll against regular pass walls.
Oh, I don't even know why I'm looking up self ice. You
I almost
yeah, that
forgot
is-
that.
Yeah, that's no self ice is beating a roll like that. I believe the highest with 3 stacks of self ice installed. I think the highest DB is like 17 or something like that, or a 12 or something like that. I forget exactly. But...
That's almost. I think that's 26, 10, 7. So that's a 9 on the second die.
Yep.
so
I can see the second die. I don't know why many people can't.
I see just the.
I can
I don't
always
know
see the
why.
second die. Yep.
What are you
Some
doing?
of us can't see that.
So now that I'm in, I'm gonna try and lure him away with the quick hack lure. And have him try and be distracted by something else that he hears from elsewhere.
Okay.
And I'm going to put 2 luck on this. This is a DV10.
Okay.
Oh, shit, 2 luck would only just
Okay.
meet. It doesn't beat.
Do we have any fickle favors?
Let me check.
Not currently, I don't think.
If I have a fickle favor, I want to use it on that.
Yes, there is. All right. Currently, D-Res has 3.
Whew.
Outback has 2. Kiri, JP, and Gopher have 1.
I will use one of mine and make that lure a success.
Okay.
Yeah, so even if I had spent it,
Mm-hmm.
I would have only meet the DV, not beat it.
So, at the start of the target's next turn, they are forced to undertake a move action controlled by the Netrunner as they feel compelled to investigate a phantom noise only they can hear. And I want him to walk back toward the gate.
Okay. Okay.
So
It'd
he's
be
gonna.
like when you throw a rock at Metal Gear Solid and they go, huh? And immediately turn around to their demise.
Okay. So your eyes light up for a moment as you worm your way into the Dynalar guard. He stops for a moment, even though he doesn't have to. This is, we could be cinematic about it. Kind of like puts his fingers up to like an earpiece or something. Seems a little confused. Like turns around, starts walking back towards this way, with a very more like an obvious like sweeping back like. Gun is still up, or you're like even maybe readied, as he's looking back and forth, and he's walking away. Now, with that, then Kiri, that can buy you time to get back to the Dust Rattler, because of the there's the one action difference, and so he's spending time to walk back, because we're using narrative units. I'm not worried about the minutia of one round or something. So he's walking back. That would give you the time to slink down into into the Outback, or into the Dust Rattler that Outback has. Maybe that's when you actually, like, I don't know, you slip and the briefcase like drops on the wet pavement and kind of like slides a little bit, and everyone kind of but you can get inside the Dust Rattler before the lure would wear off and the guard would turn back around to start walking back towards the Dust Rattler.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely do that. And Kiri's just like, I imagine what caused the shot to miss was probably like just a random slight gust of wind. The wind just picked up at just the wrong time, and it took the shot off just a little bit, because I only missed the DV by 1.
Here as she's coping.
Get in the car. We should probably go.
All right.
Let's not ignore him. It's just because I've already got the car.
I will start up and start driving.
Okay. As you make your way back to the road to exit, the Dynalar guard holds up a hand, asking you to stop. Are you complying, or are you disregarding him?
Should comply. I would.
All right. Yep. Bring the car to a stop.
Okay.
Is this the guy I'm still connected to?
Yep.
Okay. Good.
By now, this one has already made his way over here, and then one of the interior guards is well, you can't see it, but would be kind of keeping watch from inside the compound. Though the other outside one would be sort of following the Dust Rattler from inside the barrier. So you have one Dynalar guard on the outside asking to stop, roll down the window, and the other one, gun's not raised, but has been walking beside on the interior of the compound.
All right. Roll the window down. Well, what can I do for you on this horrible day?
I don't suppose you heard or saw any stray shots?
I did not.
Nope.
Although I expect such things happen quite often around here, given the dilapidated nature and many shady individuals I've seen.
Random gunshots, yes, but not gun holes without sound. He takes a step off to the side and is looking in the back at the passengers. Well, you have now an extended back to the Dust Rattler. Nice case, ma'am.
Thank you.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about a stray shot not too long ago?
I would not.
Would you like to deceive? Because you do.
Yes, oh yeah, no, exactly.
You do.
I would indeed. I would indeed like to deceive. Let me just check what that would be.
That's the great part. I didn't know what you were doing.
Yep.
So
I
I,
didn't
could
ask it
actually
from
be.
you for sure.
I suppose this would be a persuasion check because we don't really have a deception check.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Was that I might have? Yeah, I probably.
Yeah. Persuasion.
Yeah, I'm basically
deception.
trying to persuade him that I don't know
Use
anything.
Acting or persuasion?
Yeah.
If that's
Yep.
the case, then I will use.
You could also use everyone's favorite skill, bribery.
That
Bribery
is
might work
also-
too. Yeah, I
I'm
have
gonna
a
go with-
Pathfinder character that I've been looking to add magic items to, so I've been
I'm
going
gonna- I'm
over
gonna
the
go- I'm
skill
gonna go
list
with
looking for
persuasion.
bonuses.
Nope.
Wow.
Kiri!
Just put the gun into my mouth and pull the trigger.
Don't you
In game.
have...
If you are going to do that in game, I ask that you step out of the car first. I'm not looking to recreate Pulp Fiction.
Spare my
I-
cleaner, please.
I am a genuine liability at this point. Just end me.
Kitty.
I was gonna say, don't you have a skill as a solo specifically for roles like these?
No.
No.
Perception. Perception and combat stuff. There's now you can always provoke a face down, but I think Curie doesn't have legendary cool.
I could somewhat provoke. I could provoke a face down at this point because he's not persuaded. It'd be like it's not necessarily telling that it's like oh she does definitely know something about it, but it is very clearly that it's like yeah there was clearly a
Like,
gun
you could
shot. He's
use,
talking
like,
about it.
I would say like if you like try to pass off as somewhat corporate, then you'd be like, do you have the clearance to see what's inside of this case? And that would be for me. That'd be like face down moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna need something
Uh,
like that because.
HQ, we have some possible troublemakers here at the warehouse. Advise?
System reset. I'm gonna
Don't-
pass him out.
Don't do that,
Oh, why not?
because then we're blowing our cover before we even do the mission.
Yeah, no, hold it ready. Things are tense, but maybe I can get us out of this. Maybe.
Look, officer, if I could have a word with you. Now, look, there's a whole lot of suspicious people here, as I said, and sometimes they make the wrong deals with the wrong people and have to be dealt with, and sometimes, occasionally, you want that to be done quietly. Perhaps my associate here simply had some poor aim on the first try. Now, I think it would be real great. He's reaching into his cup holder, pulls out a roll of 200 eddies. If maybe we could just all go on our way. I'm gonna put a bribery. Just gonna bribe him.
Hey, 200 is a week's worth of pay doing the quick and dirty, so that's
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
that
that's a hustle. That's a week of hustle. Good week of hustle.
I'm putting the fickle god on it, and I'm putting 4 luck.
all right. 4 luck and a fickle. Let's mark it.
So +5 to this.
Is there an opposition roll to this? Is it what a human perception or what would be the counter to this? I mean, aside unless there's a story like he's just a greedy person and would automatically take a bribe, but
So the idea of bribery is kind of like it helps regulate how much you think someone would get, and then obviously probably like the likelihood that they'd even take a bribe. I don't think it's really contested. I think it's just kind of more like a DB of how you know weigh
It'd be used at the DB based on how likely you think someone would take a bribe of that size.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
So
Yeah.
who
I
take
guess.
a bribe of, we can pay.
For the
And
average
the size, like most
Dynalar
common folk would probably do that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He's also currently having to work through a flooding condition week, so
Yeah.
And
And
they're not
Dynalar
trying to
probably
get
doesn't do well in that sort of thing.
onto the premises, right? They're just driving past it.
yeah. And I'm basically making the story out like, yeah, the person in the back here is an assassin who was hired to kill someone living in this building, and maybe they just missed on the first shot.
Okay. You know what? I like the novelty of this, and as I said, as GM, going
It's
out of
amazing.
character for a bit, I do want to test all of the different skills, and they all have uses in this setting, because I don't want everything to just be, perception, attack, and evasion rolls, right? That makes things kind of boring. So you're offering 200. That is a week's pay for just like an average hustle, at least for like a lower rank person. So yeah, you know what? In this case, you come up, it failed. You so I could scratch an itch, and
Couple $100 bills.
Well, yeah.
reaches forward, place him in his hand.
Yep.
Puts him in one of his tactical pockets. Headquarters disregard. We found the source of the problem. No emergency. Just some of the irritable locals.
You have a nice rest. You have a nice rest of your week, so.
You as well. Stay dry out there.
We're trying. I will roll the window back up and head on out.
And as soon as they're a little further ways away,
Kiri,
Kiri's
you'd
just gonna
notice that the edge of your jacket is being gripped tightly right now.
She's gonna look at her, she's like, "I'll pull out 200 and pay you out of my cut."
Well, that's very kind. I'm not gonna fixer you and ask for 250, but I would like that back.
So,
I'll make sure you get it.
how did this persuasion play out? What did you tell him that he absolutely did not buy?
I imagine she's like, I hadn't. It's like I have absolutely no idea. But he just kind of looks at her, and she's just like, "Hi," and he's just like, "No, no, I don't fucking think so."
He has like nasal filters, but then like the opposite of nasal filters, and he looks at you and he can just smell gunpowder residue.
Kitty,
Don't.
So,
look, we
'cause,
need to address this.
'cause, yeah, I'm just putting it out there right now. With a 200 Eddie bribe, I can no longer make rent and food for the next month. So
I'll make sure you get that money back. But Kiri just kind of slow turns to D. He's like, how do we resolve the wind picking up exactly when I go to take the shot, the floor being just slippery enough that I slip on the way back down, and him being able to smell the gunpowder even though usually I use powderless cartridges? All three of those at the same time, please, D.
You have to be the most unlucky woman in the entire fucking night city.
You don't say! You genuinely do not say!
flashback to that room. Flashback that room the night before.
Like,
Hey everyone, let's dump a bunch of gunpowder over this room.
Kiri just grabs Dee like the cheeks by the cheeks and she's shaking her. Please make it make sense.
I told you
I've been telling you for like a week now that there's some kind of bad juju and bad luck following us.
Quickly! That was a perfect shot!
No major
Everything
breakdowns
was
in
on
the
my
back of my
side.
car, please.
I'm not breaking down.
You are absolutely breaking down.
She's not, but I might be.
This is my current 3 empathy output voice, so I hope you're enjoying it.
Kiri's out there just like, she's not, I might be. That was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, so for the rest of Monday, because there's no going back to the Sector 4 warehouse.
Particularly irate.
Yeah, no.
What would you like to do for your evening?
Going to
So
bed
we at
early.
least have a plan. We have a
Yes,
plan, right?
We have a plan, and it's a good and it's a tactically sound plan.
It's some
Because
of
I
the-
was just about to drop that officer unconscious if he was going to pull a gun.
You already had a gun.
Well, if he was going to point it at you.
I would have shot him, but I imagine we're probably back at the
Your
tea
gun
house or
was in the
somewhere meeting
case.
up talking to JP.
Oh yeah, Drake, or if you want to meet in person, would be like, so I haven't heard anything since. Hey guys, should I sneak back down?
It's
Crisis averted.
yeah, let's put it that way. Also, D. And she kind of folds out her jacket to reveal the fact that she's got the heavy pistol slotted into it. There's like, I don't have all my stuff in the case.
You carry most of it in the case. I almost never know when you have it out and when you don't.
That's kind of the point.
Well, yeah.
Look, we have a plan to get in there.
Knocking out that camera would have been an ideal situation, but I guess we're not running on ideals right now.
No,
I can-
we
I
most
can
certainly
wait.
are not. We're not going to be able to approach that in this car.
No, I can take a shot at it later. It's fine. It's fine.
Gonna have to acquire some other cars somehow for this. They have positive ID on this one now.
We can always approach from that. We can always approach from the back where they can't see.
Aside from their cameras.
Yeah, but those cameras aren't pointing directly towards. If you park behind one of the buildings so that they don't see you coming from one of the other directions, we could then make the rest of the way on foot. As much as it'll suck to
Slog through water.
wade through about 3/4 of a foot of water.
Well, if I'm going to be sneaking in anyway, I'm going to probably doing a lot of that slogging anyway. So,
Well, like I said, I got a grapple gun. Well, it means you'll have to borrow my hand cannon.
it's attached to your hand cannon.
Correct. It is an underbarrel launcher. He pulls out the Mustang, then pulls out the little grapple gun attachment with the hook. Slots it onto the bottom of the barrel.
The roof is too high for that to reach, though.
Well,
Although-
you can still cough mechanically. You can cling onto the side of it and reset your grapple gun and go again. Just take another turn.
There's also those ledges that are within its range.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not terribly athletic, so climbing up through the building is going to be hard. It would probably be easier for me to crack into the building, sneak around, though I'm not that stealthy either,
Well,
find my way to a terminal and get somewhere on the roof. This is not
You
ideal.
could look at cracking a window.
The one window we saw is on the front of the building, and the front of the building is faced by 4 guards and 2 that patrol.
To be fair, though, given that is the only building I believe we saw in our scouting or our drive around, that's probably some sort of manager's office.
If I can get into an office, I can shut off the cameras. Then anyone else who needs to can approach. But I need to be in visual range at least 50 meters to some kind of terminal that I can jack into remotely.
To be fair,
And
you
that's
can
still
get that
being
from,
very close.
You could get that from the building I was in.
50 meters?
To the
Yeah.
camera, at least.
The window, you were parked around the front, so it would be easy to see. The windows are, there is a window there. You cannot see through it. I have an example. It's not like a tinting. Hang on.
The grime of an unwashed window.
Right? That's probably enough.
So if you see here,
Oh,
this
it's
is actually a building in downtown Sandusky.
it's
It's
beveling, okay.
metal manufacturing, so you can see light through it. But there's so it's a window, and that light can kind of get through it, but you can't see through.
Yeah,
it.
it's like corrugated. Yeah.
corrugated windows. God, those always be in factories.
Because they're not glass. It's plastic.
They're plastic. Yeah.
Hey Matt,
Probably
you bring
poly.
up the
Is that how they solved the convex, like, focusing
Yeah.
glass on a spot?
Can I bring up what?
Can you bring up the I guess the other map?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
so-
warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not here, but we can use this to point at things.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because there's that outbuilding, but that's 60.
Yeah, still too far.
There's a lot of
And this-
bombed.
And
There's
keep
like
in
a
mind that this map
bombed
isn't to
out
scale
cars.
either.
Yeah, it's not to scale, but
Yeah.
based on like the size of the people on the scale of things. There's a lot of these bombed out cars, which would provide cover but visual range.
But I
to
figure
something.
because if D-Res only needs to be within 50 feet or whatever
Meters.
of an
Yeah.
access point, then we could hit the front gate access point in theory, right?
In theory,
In theory, you could hit it from a ways away without them ever even seeing you.
That
But
is,
it's
if I
probably
can
only gonna
hack it
cover-
remotely.
It's probably only going to cover the front gate, though. It's not. That's
Or it could
probably
all
gonna
be, or they could all be wired into the same infrastructure.
I won't know until I jack in.
the cameras would all have to be on one infrastructure or multiple.
The cameras would definitely have to be all on one infra. But the other thing is,
yeah, this control panel is probably just for the gate and, if it exists, the electrification of the fence.
As far as control goes,
Yeah, so as a control node, just like this as a control node would just be for that door.
Because it's much cheaper
But
with net
yeah.
arcs to like have a 2-floor net arc for your outer gate, and then like have one for the building and one for your more secure files,
Yeah,
and then building one big massive one for a whole.
yeah,
especially because
probably,
it's
probably two. One for the building itself, and what's in there, and one for the front gate.
and the only thing connecting them possibly is power.
But
Yep.
2 separate local nets, probably, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, net architectures can be very small. Like at the smaller end, you can carry a net architecture around with you in a backpack.
Yeah, it's like 1 to 2 floors you can carry with you, I think.
Oh yeah,
So I guess
Great,
the other
like-
question is,
like external hard drives.
then, would you be able to get the panel on, would you be able to get this panel then?
That would be tricky.
That would be tricky, because that would mean getting dangerously close to the gate.
You know that they.
Because
Yeah,
visual
right.
range is one thing, but if that panel requires actual plug-in with interface plugs, then I have to be right on it.
Let's see. Seems like. Assuming. Because we didn't see any cameras on these corners.
No.
So it seems like they do have a rather big camera blind spot over here.
Yeah.
But mostly covered by the personnel.
Yeah, personnel mainly cover that. But that does mean that the rubble is not covered under any cameras.
What is the likelihood that a single person could arouse suspicion in a boisterous way that seems somewhat unrelated, while another, gets to the roof or the side of the building?
I mean, if we want to try to get positive IDs on any of those hooligans that were playing grenade ball.
With this grapple gun here, you could throw yourself off the roof and grapple to the other side.
Tell you what, if you all want to continue talking about that, I need to personally get up and take a quick break. So for myself and the audience, let's go to our break screen. You
Alright.
can talk amongst yourselves if you still want. I got to get something to drink and everything else. So
Yeah.
we'll be back as we're plotting and planning, and then let's see what they do with the results. See you soon, everyone.
Yeah.